Hi, welcome to BlindOwl Outdoors. Today I wanted to talk to you about a couple different types of, I guess we'd call them tinder or maybe an Ember extender or something like that maybe. This bag is full of something called Loot, L-U-T, and this is what they use in Indonesia and Malaysia in their fire pistons for their tinder to get them started. Personally, I've had no luck at all in my fire pistons with it, but what it does do is it holds an ember very, very well. If you're sparking on something, or you put a piece of char cloth in with it, or an ember from a bow drill or something like that. What this comes from is it's from underneath the branch of a fishtail palm. And if you look at a palm tree, the way the branch is connected to the trunk, it has like all these little net spiderweb things connected around the trunk. And if you cut around the backside of all those fibers, you can just peel the branch down, and underneath where it touches the trunk, where the branch touches the trunk, it has all this fibery type stuff. I think it's kind of like a padding for the branch against the trunk, is what it seems like to me. I could be wrong about that, but it's a heck of a thing. I mean, it takes a spark. Like here's my my Blastmaster, and put it on top of there and give it a blast. It takes a ember or a coal instantly. It doesn't burst into flames like cotton or anything like that, but it will hold an ember like that for a long time. And if you fluff it up, maybe you fluff it up a whole bunch, maybe it would catch fire. I don't know. In the Philippines here, if I want something to flash fire, I will use the fiber from the kapuk tree, which is just like cotton. Works fantastic. I also have some Light My Fire, as their version of the Maya dust or whatever you call it, and I've had no luck at all with that. Putting the Light My Fire on there, just barely get a coal on it. I don't know if it's too old or what. I couldn't tell you. If you look at this thing here, this is still burning. Will be fine for any type of bird's nest. You can get a fire going in a second. So it's a pretty nice. There's a little flame from it. The one thing you have to watch out about this stuff though is if you fluff it up and you get too much of it on you. I know when I harvested it off the tree, it was like fiberglass insulation all over me, so it was kind of nasty. Now this right here, this is the fluff off of a coconut tree. And if you look at a coconut tree where the branches come into the trunk, on the back of the branches there's just this stuff that kind of looks like almost like a mold or a fungus on it. And if you use your fingernail or a spoon and you scrape it off, now this bag right here, this is off that much there, much as my hand, that's probably off of 50 or 60 branches. That's how much it took to harvest that. But it has the same feel as the Loot does. And again, put the blast match into it, it instantly takes an ember. Pretty nice. So it's another good extender. Usually when I make a fire bundle here, or tinder bundle here, or bird's nest, whatever you want to call it, I just put a pinch of Loot and sometimes a little bit of this Maya dust or some mahogany fibers, and I usually put that into a bird's nest of bamboo shavings, and I've never had it fail ever. The bamboo shavings are fantastic. Another thing I found here were some Q-tips that had little wood shafts on them. So it's another thing I keep in my little fire kit. So you have extra little cotton if you needed it, or use it as a Q-tip, or you can use the wood as a type of tinder. I've been watching some videos. I watched a couple videos by a guy named Nathan4071, and he has some real nice videos. He has quite a few that we had some where he was taste testing beer, which was kind of cool, from all over the place. He has this giant ferro rod, which is fantastic. I got to find out where he got that at someday. I feel kind of inadequate with my little light my fire ferro rod. He also has a really nice striker, a square striker of some kind of high carbon steel. I don't know. He said something about you can find them on eBay. I'm not quite sure what they're from. I've been using this Corona knife sharpener or blade sharpener, like for lawnmower blades and things like that. I also use it on my bolos, machetes, things like that. But it also does a pretty nice job for striking a spark. What else was I going to say? Oh, also the Nathan4071. He also does a lot of fire starting with his big ferro rods, and a lot of stuff with fat wood. So take a look at his videos. They're pretty interesting. He also does a lot of shout outs to other people, which is pretty nice, helping everybody get noticed. I think that's about it for right now. If you can find loot, I would say keep a little in your fire kit. If anybody's real interested in it, send me a message or something. I'll happy to ship some out to some people. I guess I have about 4 bags of this stuff like this. I don't hardly ever use it. Want to thank all the viewers and subscribers. And if you like the video, click like. If you're not a subscriber, please do subscribe. And if you want to send me a message, send it to BlindOwl Outdoors @gmail.com. That's the easiest way to. I can read messages from YouTube, but I can't respond to them. So if you want me to respond to your message, you need to send me an email. But that's about all I have right now. Oh, one more thing. I don't know. I didn't talk much about the blast match. The blast match is a pretty interesting ferro rod. Has a piece of carbon steel here where your thumb goes, and it's a spring-loaded type. It's made so you can use it with one hand if you want. I think it was designed originally for fighter pilots and stuff. In case they broke their arm, they could start a fire. Has a nice big rod in it. I put a little lanyard on mine. Works real nice. I have no complaints whatsoever on the Light My Fire fire steel. I have the small version. Works real good for what I use it for. I also have one of those magnesium fire steel things with the magnesium bar and the little thin ferro rod on that. That's okay too, but the ferro rod's way too small. If anybody's ever looking for a pocket knife, and I'm going way off the subject here, I use this Victorinox florist knife. I always keep this in my pocket. It's real light. It has a razor type blade on it with an edge only on one side. Here, get a chance, look them up. They're real cheap. They come in many different colors. Very handy little item. That's about all I have now. Thanks for watching.